Alright, it's Saturday and we're dicking around with the cooling system on the Camaro. Picked this up. It's an rx7 radiator and rad fans. Picked it for 20 bucks Canadian. And it's from a guy who said he crashed his girlfriend's car that didn't have insurance, so he parted it out instead, which I mean really seems like a dick move, but nevertheless I got these for 20 bucks. And these ones were easy to adapt. The steel one, because I could just weld on little tabs, and we could go to the rx7 radiator OEM mounts, because as you can see we've just got these hand tight in there, but it's not going anywhere, and with a tiny bit of foam tape or a little bit of separation material, it'll be a really good tension onto it. And we've only got a tiny bit of a gap there, but that's a bit of foam tape again and it'll be good. Or maybe not even. It might be okay the way it is. We'll see how it is once we power it up. But yeah, our next issue is this guy here. So the other half is plastic, which kind of makes it a little bit more difficult because, one, I got a little bit of overhang. Not the end of the world, but it'd be nice not to have it. And two, I can't really just weld a piece of steel to this to make mounts, although I can drill through and bolt it and it will be fine because it is just a fan. And I'll be sure if I lift this thing up to lift by this fan, not so much this one. But yeah, we're gonna dick around with that and I'll take you along for the ride. Alrighty, we got the Honda fans on there. As you can see, we went with a long style bracket, so those go to there, and then the mounts can attach to that. Obviously nothing's tightened yet, but yeah, it's a couple screws going in there, and then on here it's got a tab that comes off here to a screw to a mounting spot it had there. Yeah, I mean there's not too much to it. Obviously we're gonna have to put a little bit of foam tape up in here to seal it, but for 20 bucks it's not a bad cooling option. But I will turn them on and we get to see them run. Okay. Alright, let's give it a whirl. I got my little power probe, but this is only at about 11.5 volts, so the car will be around 13.2-ish. And that's the one. I mean, I'm quite cool back here. I'll get this. We'll just kind of dangle it up front. So there is some suction. I mean, obviously not much there, but now we'll try the other one. So there's definitely a lot more suction on the plastic housing one, which I'm glad I went with one of each. I mean, I was tempted to go get two of the steel-bodied ones because I could weld them together and have a cool little custom setup. But yeah, I felt this was a little bit of a nicer setup, and I had a feeling that the plastic one was going to be the actual cooling fan, not the secondary fan. But yeah, that's them together. And I mean, I'm as cool as can be over here. So, but yeah, tell me what you think. Come around. And yeah, so now we're down to 10 volts. And it's quite breezy back here. So yeah, rx7 fans on FD radiator. I mean, I wouldn't recommend this for your FD because they're now $40,000 cars, but yeah, for mine it works out great. Smell you later.